We ready. Hey, hey,
What up,
hey, hey.
everybody? It's me, Big
Good morning. Good Sunday
Real.
morning.
Yeah, would really be. So we here to discuss Beyond the Gates, you guys. So this is I think this is week 36, and this is the episodes 169 through 172.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a short week this week. Y'all know it was off Monday. Don't know why when the holiday was actually Tuesday, but they were off Monday, and so we had a 4 day episode this week. So really, I mean, we talked about it behind the stage, but I mean, what do you think about this week overall?
It was a blah week for me, if I'm being very candid and honest. It was a blah. It was a blah week, but I know we're moving into the holidays, and I feel like things are just kind of slowing down. I think
Mhm.
they're building, like me and you were talking about. I think they're building up this winter fest. I think it's going to be very, very nurses ball.
Mhm.
Um, so I feel like we're going to get at least one day where everything shuts down. We're going to get singing and performances. We're probably going to get a fashion show because we know the whole fashion storyline that's a part of Beyond the Gates. But yeah, I totally anticipate Winterfest sort of being a everything building up to Winterfest. So that I'm looking at probably early December, maybe early mid December. I hope they're not going to build it up longer than that.
Me too. I feel like we might get Winterfest maybe the first week of December.
I'm
Is-
hoping.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I mean, it literally says Winterfest, so winter is only but so long. So
Yeah.
and it sounds like it's kind of like a Christmas. I mean, because it's a charity as well, so I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure it's probably like a Christmas charity. So hopefully we get winter. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's coming soon. You know, especially with Vernon, which we'll get into that. Vernon, I feel like what he's doing is, you know, setting up something to surprise Anita with Winterfest.
Yeah, I think the storyline is that she's teaching him how to sing, and he's going to sing for Anita.
Hmm.
Because one, they've made a big, not a big deal, but we've seen at least two situations where he has pretended he couldn't sing. Because again, we know in real life Clifton Davis can absolutely sing. So I feel
Hmm.
like it's going to be this moment where he wants to sing to Anita. I don't know what the song is going to be and all of that, but I feel like that's what we're building up to. It looks like my camera's a little blurry. It looks like that's what we're building up to, and I think that's what Sharon is doing, is teaching him how to sing. I don't think anybody is buying the storyline that Vernon got something going on with Sharon. I don't think anybody is buying that storyline.
Nah, because he just recently met this woman a few months ago.
Yeah.
So
And we know it's been established that Vernon did not know Anita when she was with the Articulettes. He came on board after she was solo.
yeah,
Because he didn't know the whole storyline with he knew who the guy was. He knows who what's the man name? Start with a D.
Dante.
He knows who Dante is because Dante was her manager. But remember, he didn't know the Barbara, he didn't know that whole backstory.
Mm-mm.
So he does right, he never met the Articulates.
So I guess so. We'll start. We'll start off with Tuesday. So it's Tuesday's
Actually, no, I
episode.
take that back. I think he did meet the art. I think
He
he
knew the
did know
articulate.
him. He
Yeah,
knew him. I take that back. I take that back, y'all. He knew him, but
he
he didn't
knew.
know the Barbara
He didn't
backstory. That's
know
what it was.
Barbara. He used to go to their shows and
Right. I take that back, y'all. Before y'all put it in the comments, I take it back. He did know them. My bad. He did know
he
them.
just
He
know
didn't know the
Barbara.
Barbara storyline. Right.
Right.
My bad. My bad. My
So
bad. My bad.
Tuesday's episode was kind of heavy with the whole Cat, Martin, Smitty, and Samantha storyline. So I'll start up with Cat. Actually, yeah, we'll start with Cat. So Kat, after she heard Eva call Ted dad, she went back to her and Chelsea's crib, and she's going off on, talking about, my dad is telling her to call him dad, and he's my dad. And here's the thing, I get where Kat is coming from to an extent. She was the only girl, and now that she has to share her dad with Eva, she kind of feel, and I can see how she feels replaced, because how often do we see Ted with Eva, not with Eva, with Kat and Martin, more than we see him with Eva? So I can see where she's coming from. So Tomas was there as well. And y'all know how Tomas is. Tomas is going to defend his girl Eva to Kat. And I'm like, dude, this is your girlfriend. But at least pretend like you got her back. Do something, right? So then Eva comes by. I was like, girl, you are just as bad as your mama is. Because how do you walk up to somebody's house? I don't give a fuck if my door is open. That don't mean you walk your happy ass in my door because I'm gonna drag you out. So Kat and Eva, they got into it with each other. And what I will say is, as good as Kat gave it to Eva, Eva gave it back to her. And I wasn't really mad at it.
I'm gonna be honest and say this. I wasn't mad, I wasn't mad either. I felt like, other than Eva following her back to her house, but but I don't feel like Eva was, listen, I think, and this is why it's so hard for me to like Kat. And I know that I wasn't team Eva, but I wasn't team Kat either. I understand Kat being hurt. I get it. I do. Trust me. And I even understand her anger at Eva, even before the Tomas situation, because Eva was complicit in the storyline. I mean, she had plenty of time. If she wanted to stop what happened that night, she had plenty of time to stop it. So I get that. But here's why it's so hard for me to like Kat, because at the end of the day, you don't have to accept Eva. You don't even have to like Eva. But for you to because she even said it when she later on in the week when she talked to Ted, she even said, "You're treating her like she's equal to me, and she's not." That's what this, and that for me is why I can't fuck with Kat, because you do think you're better than, you do think you're on a different plane. And at the end of the day, this man is just trying to get to know his daughter. And I don't see him letting that girl call him dad. It should not be this deep. I mean, that's just me. And again, I've never been through this situation, but it just shouldn't be this deep.
It shouldn't be. What I will say is,
yeah, who is the security and beyond the gates? I mean, damn.
What I will say to Kat's defense, just slightly, when it comes down to it, look at how Eva came into what you just said it. Look at how Eva came into the picture. But then also, like I said, when it comes down to it, we don't really see Ted. Like, Eva works with him. She stayed at the hotel with him. We never see him since he found out about Eva. How many times have we saw him with Kat and with Martin? Very few.
And I've said that across the board, because I feel like, well, I mean, y'all know how I feel about he has not tried hard enough to fix any of this with his family, in my opinion. So I agree with you 100%. But that's across the board. And I'm not making an excuse, but I agree with you. He didn't work hard to get his wife back. He didn't work hard to build. I mean, him and Martin sort of went to him and apologized because of how bad Martin handled it. And then they sort of started building from there. But I agree with you 100%. He is 100% out of the loop. And it don't look like he's trying that hard.
And I get that he's trying to make up for lost time with Eva, but damn, sir, you still had two other kids before you found out about this girl. So you got to find a balance. And for him to keep it, for him to want Kat and Eva to get along, I'm like, Ted, let it go. You can clearly see that they don't like each other, and it's heavy on Kat's side. And I don't think Kat is gonna budge. I believe him when she say it'll never happen. He's talking about never say never. I said I would say never with this one.
And that shouldn't even be his focus. At the end of the day, I think Kat has been clear. Now, Martin, once he got over his anger, he was open to a relationship with Eva. They're taking baby steps, but he was open to it. Kat didn't like her before. She wasn't wrong in her instincts about Eva, but let's be clear, Kat has never liked this woman. So I agree with what you're saying, and I agree with what C. Golden is saying. Stop trying to make it a thing. It's not a thing, and it ain't gonna never be a thing. Stop trying to make it a thing. It's not a thing. They're never going to be friends, and if they are going to be friends, it's not going to be because you orchestrated it. They're going to come to that conclusion, but I don't see that happening ever.
Because Kat is too headstrong.
Right.
And the thing is, there are some, I agree with him. There are similarities with even Kat, but they're not going to see it. Especially Kat. Kat is not going to see any similarities with Eva.
And the thing is, it's okay. They don't have to be friends. I mean, I know that's what people want, but listen, y'all know how I feel about family, how my feelings have evolved on this whole family and protecting your peace stuff. If that is not a place of peace, it don't have to happen. Eva and again, Eva's no innocent. Eva's no innocent at all. But Eva and Kat don't have to be friends. They don't have to like each other. All I need y'all to do is not tear the place up if I decide to have a family gathering. That is all I'm asking. I'm just asking that y'all don't tear up the buffet line. That's it. That is it, and that is all. That's it, and that is all. And I think Ted needs to understand that too. Like they're not going to be. You agree? All right, they're not going to be friends.
He needs to hang it up flat screen. So then I'll knock out Martin, Smitty, and Samantha. So you guys remember at the end of last week, Samantha barged out of the house and she was upset, telling them that she wished they never adopted her. She hated them. I was like, well, damn, girl. Like, I've been mad at my mama, but I ain't never said no shit like that to her ever in my life when she was alive. I would never. So she went down to Orphan Jeans. Tyrell found her, and he was trying to talk to her, and then we found out that she called June. And my thing is, when it comes to her with June is a crutch for her. I realize what it is. Whenever she gets mad at her father's, I feel like it's going to be a situation where she tries to run to June and try to get June to come to her side, be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. So let me go have this conversation with your dads." But June doesn't have that luxury or that right to do that. Yes, she is your biological mother, but those are your fathers. You live under their roof. You abide by their rules. June can't do shit. She can't say shit to them. Like, I don't know what Samantha was expecting. So, and I'm glad that June kind of told her that too.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm glad that June said, "Oh no, 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 oh no," and I'm also glad that June said, "Listen, I don't know how she worded it because I don't think she said abandon you, but gave you up or whatever because I could not raise you." And she said, "And I still can't." And I loved that she is cognizant that she still is not in a space where she can raise a child, even a teenager. I love that because I think a lot of times in soap operas, because somebody just said in the chat, so is Chelsea over being traumatized because we don't see her go to no therapy or nothing. But anyway, but I love that even though we've sort of moved past June being this crazy homeless woman and we see her being a little more grounded, I love that she's like, "Oh, no, no, no. I'm still not where I need to be. And no, I can't take this on." So I loved how June handled it. I loved how June handled it. I agree.
And then on the flip side, you have Martin and Smitty having a conversation. And I didn't know where Smitty was going necessarily at first. I knew he was on Samantha's side, but I didn't know like what he was doing. But he got Martin to realize, babe, you overreacted. But yes, she was wrong. Yes, she snuck Nathan into Kat and Chelsea's place. What you made a rash decision by quitting for her when that is helping her. She she can use that as school credit and all that kind of stuff. So you were wrong, and I'm glad that they had that conversation and they were able to come together and say, okay, you know what, she can go back, but when she goes back, she's going to give us that key back, so she's not going to have access to come and go as she pleases. When it went to working for Kat and Chelsea, I'm like, that was all you had to do. Like, but I know parents go to the extreme sometimes, because even my mama used to go to the extreme sometimes, and she would have to come back and be like, you know what, I did too much, I overreacted, and she will lessen whatever my punishment was, because there were times that she was like, she went overboard, and I'm like, all that for this? And she was like, yeah, but then she get to feeling bad, and she's like, you know what, I was wrong for what I did, so it's not.
What my mother used to do? My mother would give her, and as an adult, I see it now. I don't even know she consciously did it, but my mother would give herself a back door. My mother would say our punishments were always until further notice. She would never say you're punished for a month. She would never say you're punished for, she would say you're punished. Bring me your, because back then it wasn't no cell phones. It was bring me your TV, because bring your TV. For my sister, it was the TV. For me, it was the radio. Because even to this day, if I didn't do YouTube, I wouldn't look at TV half as much as I look at TV. I could literally be reading a book and listening to my radio, and I'm good. So for me, it was bring me the phone, because I had my own phone line, and bring me that radio. For my sister, it was bring me the television. And if she calmed down after a week, she would give us our stuff back. If it, you know what I mean? It just, so I think she would, because I agree. In anger, we do make decisions in anger. We do make rash decisions. We all have done it, and we've had to sort of, once we calm down, be like, damn, it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I agree. I think that Martin, in that moment, I think he overreacted only because he was blaming Kat. I don't think he overreacted from the point of view of, you used your access to this space as a place to take that boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think she overreacted I don't think he overreacted in that moment because of that. But I think he overreacted in saying it, making it seem like it was all Kat's fault.
Yeah.
So, but I also understood where Smitty was coming from, and Smitty wasn't wrong in saying, listen, this non-communication piece, you making decisions without talking to me, that's a problem. Because again, my mom, a lot of times my mama would be like, you gotta wait till your daddy get home. Because it was, again, even if my mother had already made up her mind what was going to happen, she didn't make it seem like she was doing it in a bubble. So there wasn't none of that, Dad, you think she's doing too much? Because my father would be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever your mama said is what it is. So I do understand where Smitty was coming from and saying, we just went over this. It may not be as serious as why I was mad at you the first time. Like, you didn't hide a whole homicide from me, but you making a decision that was this important to Samantha. This is a problem. This is why we are where we were. So I understood with Smitty. I didn't think Smitty was being extra with that. But I do like that they were able to talk it out.
Yeah.
And they were able to come to a conclusion,
Yeah, I with the punishment, I just think it was overboard.
I agree.
Not even the it was the her not working at Chelsea Cat. I was like, dude, I get that you were upset, but just take the damn key from her. Like, tell or limit her limit how much she can go over there or something. But just to flat out quit for her.
But we also know that Martin never wanted her to take that job.
Yeah. That's what.
But V. Spencer, I'm with you on that. See, that's the thing. I'm with V. Spencer. V. Spencer said, but with her mouth, I would have taken it all. See, I agree because Samantha is not making this situation better because her flippant ass mouth and her acting. See, I think the biggest issue is she's acting like this isn't a big deal. It is a big deal, ma'am.
Yeah, that is true.
You having sex with some random nigga. Like, I could even see if this is a guy she had been dating. Like, let's just say this, when the show started, Samantha had a boyfriend. And we've seen them go through the boyfriend, the teenage high school thing. And because we've seen that storyline too. Oh, the night of Winterfest is going to be the night. And I'm ready to give. I would give Samantha some grace. But girl, this is some random nigga that your brother has already told you ain't ish. And you have decided that you are just ready. Why are you ready to lose? And I think Nicole started having that conversation with her, but girl, why do you want, like, why is this a thing for you? Like, what do you think is on the other side of virginity?
I have no idea what she's thinking.
Maybe this tea's so good, I'm about to make me another cup.
Like, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I get where y'all coming from, but like I was, kind of like what I was just saying a minute ago about my mom. Like, there was one time she punished me. She took my VCR, she took my TV, she took my computer, she took all the things that she knew I enjoyed, right? But she realized she overreacted because she had to remember her son. Like, I can entertain myself without the TV, the phone.
Not Timu Da Vinci.
Like, I can entertain myself without that stuff. And she was like,
I'm listening.
What? She said, you know what? I did overreact. She was like, you can have the TV back, but the computer, you can't have that. I said, okay, that's fine. But she had to give me something back because she realized if she kept me punished, I would entertain myself and she would still hear me. And I'm like, girl, I don't know why you thought that would work in the first place, but hey, you did it. Good for you. And she had to take it back a day or two later. But I was still, punished. But yeah, Samantha just got a smart ass mouth. So I get where y'all coming from with Samantha. Her mouth is just smart as fuck.
Now it was 106 in Park Week. She thought she was going to die.
That's what I was looking at. But yeah, she knew it wasn't much that she could. I mean, I can entertain myself, so it is what it is. Now, The part of the episode on Monday that I cracked up laughing at is Isaiah. So Isaiah went down to Bill's office, right? Looking for an attorney because he wants somebody to look over his contract for Banneker. And Bill was like, Bill is thinking that, he's there because he's in some kind of trouble. He said, no, he's not in trouble. So he saw Haley and he was like, oh, is this your niece? I said, oh,
That thing was so funny to me. And the look on his face when Ted was like, no, I mean, when Bill was like, no, that's my wife. Baby, the look on his face.
Oh, shit, that had me laughing.
Oh, you talking about face being cracked.
Right. Bill was like, this is my wife. He was like, oh, I've been gone for so long. I ain't know nothing about that.
Baby, face was all the way cracked, honey. All the way cracked.
But Haley, she was smitten when she saw Isaiah. I said, you look, oh, y'all know I can't stand fucking Haley. Her slip started to show even worse than it already was. So she wanted to stay in the room with him while he talked to Isaiah, but Bill was like, why don't you and Caroline go and get some tea and bring it back to us? So they leave, and so that leaves them to talk. He literally just told him, no, I need you to look over a contract. He was like, well, I don't do contracts, but I can put you in contact with some Tomas Navarro. I said, oh, fuck, anybody but Tomas.
Because, of course, he's the only attorney that works at Bill's law firm.
Yeah.
His only attorney, obviously.
So he says Tomas. But he did tell him, like, hey, if, I hope you don't get into any legal trouble, but if you do, you know where to come. I would have felt.
And again, I think that further solidifies that Isaiah got in some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Bill was involved,
yeah,
so I think it further solidifies that.
It does. So then we see as he left from there, he went down to Uptown. Saw Eva down there drowning her sorrows after she got into it with Cat. I'm like, girl, what did you expect? Like, you barged into her fucking house. That's the least she could have did was it read you up and down like a book. Eva gets on my nerves, but I think y'all already know that when it comes to me, that I find Eva insufferable and annoying. I want to like the part of it's like I want to like Eva, but then Eva does stuff, and it comes up in Wednesday's episode why Eva gets on my fucking nerves. Like, maybe
every time I be trying with Eva, and again at this point, I'm not trying with Eva. I just because there are things about Eva I do like, but the thing I don't like about Eva is that no matter what happens, she's gonna always run back to her mama, and that is what I can't get with. I can't, because your mother is gonna be the reason why you never get what it is that you want from this family. Like.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it that that's your mama, and for your whole life it's always been the two of y'all. Like, I get it, but at the end of the day, girl, your mama is the reason. Just know your mama is the reason.
It is. So we'll move on to Wednesday, and what I'm gonna do with Wednesdays, I'm gonna include some stuff from Thursday because it was kind of the same scene with Eva.
This week just dragged. It wasn't a lot.
It was kind of the same scene. So this is why I say Eva gets on my nerves, because Eva is down there at the country club with Leslie. Leslie's like, oh, girl, tell me what you said to Kat. She called me crazy. What did you say to her? Did you check her by calling your mama crazy?
No, because you're crazy.
Because you are crazy.
So you are exactly what she said you are.
Eva, then this is where Eva further pisses me off. You guys remember last week that Eva called Leslie to help with Ted's patient, Mr. Lindquist, right? So it's like, oh, I gave Mr. Linguini the money. I was like, oh my God. And I realized at this point, the reason why Leslie is doing this is because Leslie has her sights set on Ted. And so she now wants Ted to look at her in a favorable manner instead of as a crazy bitch that she is. And so Eve was like, Mama, I don't need you to try to get with that. I was like, Eva, you called your mama, and you asked her to help with one of Ted's patients. What did you think that this crazy helper was going to do? Yeah. Like, I just don't know what Eva was expecting. So then on Thursday, I'm going to move into Thursday and then talk about it. So we see as Ted, who gets on my fucking nerves when it comes to Leslie, he's sitting down with Leslie, Jan, and Eva. I said, Ted, what are we doing here, sir? what are we doing? And it was just getting on my nerves. And Jan, opportunist ass, I was like, girl, go somewhere. Because Eva's trying to tell Jan, like, I need you to help your help with mama, because she got her sights set on my dad. And I was like, you knew that, Eva. So what are we talking about here? Like, what's this conversation? So then Leslie wants to find something else that she can do to help Ted. So he was like, well, she was like, what is this whole Winterfest thing? I said, no, please don't get involved with Winterfest. And I guess she is. I just,
Sorry, I'm here.
are you good? Like, I'm kind of tired of it, especially with Eva.
Again, it's a soap opera, so we know. I mean, I told you guys, we talked about this weeks ago, well, months ago, actually, where we were like, we know that they're going to do something. We know that something was going to have to happen to even the playing field, because we know that Leslie ain't going nowhere. And so we know Leslie is going to be embedded in all things Beyond the Gates, all things Fairmont Crest. So I just think it's extreme what they're doing, but I mean, it's not the first time we've seen these extreme characters on soap operas that are so eccentric and do these weird, crazy things. Like, Leslie is going to be the best villain. Like, you love to hate Leslie. You really do. And some of her scenes are hilarious. Like, some of her scenes are absolutely hilarious. But yeah, she is going to be totally embedded in all things. I will say this. I think, because they've shown us 2 scenes where Leslie has tried to work with Haley. I think at some point we're going to see a Leslie Haley link up.
Yeah, eventually.
I don't know why, I don't know what, I don't know who, but at some point we're going to see a Leslie Haley link up. Somebody earlier in the chat said that Winterfest, they think that's when Bill is going to fall out. I absolutely think the Bill Haley is going to, I think it's going to take them a minute to figure out it's Haley, but I definitely think Bill is going to get sick again at Winterfest. And I think they're just going to assume it's something connected to his stroke.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest and tell you guys, and they would have said it by now, but I was kind of thinking when we saw Haley wanting to take care of Bill, I was kind of thinking, was she the one that precipitated the stroke? But they would have said that by now. But I think they're going to connect it to, I think it's going to be on stage 2. I agree. It's going to be a moment, and I think that he's going to go to the hospital, and I think at the hospital, certain things are going to start falling together. Like, for example, who is this? Like this doctor that did the sonogram. Like, we ain't seen or heard from her since, but somewhere I just think some stuff is going to start happening. I don't think the storyline is going to totally play out at Winterfest, but I think I agree. I think Bill gets sick, he falls out, and there's going to be some stuff. But hold on, we went there. I'm going back. I'm sorry, back to Eva and Leslie. And like I said, I can't get to the point where I like Eva, because Eva can't let her mama go.
Right.
And as long as it's mama, girl, you know what your mama gives. See, my thing is even this. I would even be okay if Eva just accepted it. But the fact that you keep expecting your mother to be something different is the part that frustrates me. Your mother is who she is. Now, it would even be different if you were like, all right, I know you crazy as hell. But you keep doing things that put your mother in a position to be crazy. Like, why are you calling your mama to pay for this? You know where your mother's going to go with that. So yeah. I prefer Haley as the villain. Well, I knew Haley was the villain all along, so.
I mean, they're both good villains. They're both good villains, I will say that. One gets on my nerves worse than the other one, and that's Haley. But, I mean, they're both good villains. So, I'm going to combine these 2 as well. Derek and Ashley. Oh, God. And y'all, this week I actually sat through and watched their scenes, so I actually know what happened.
Oh, wow. Praise you.
I actually know what happened. So Naomi and Ashley were at Ashley's crib, and this is after the whole Derek, she found out that he could walk. So Ashley is like, well, he wasn't wrong. I was keeping stuff from him about my feelings about Andre, and Naomi is telling her, no, girl, he lied to you. I was like, okay, whatever. So now they're packing his stuff up to get it out the house. And, they tried to move that damn recliner. They couldn't move it. So they called Derek to come get it. Derek went to the hospital to have a therapy session with Shanice. He's in his wheelchair. He asked her to give him a walker. So he's now using a walker. So then we see as he went over to the apartment to get his stuff. He called down two of his buddies from the fire station, a black guy and a girl. And so they helped him move his stuff out. Now the girl, now bitch, you in another woman's apartment. The fact that you laid lips on Derek and kissing him in this girl's apartment, I kind of wish Ashley had came home and whooped both of y'all's
I
asses.
must have missed that scene. Oh my.
Yeah, girl, I thought I was dreaming when I thought I was dreaming because I was sitting here thinking the other night. I was like, did I see a scene of Derek kissing another woman?
I must have missed. Okay, damn. How'd I miss that?
I
Maybe I
like,
just really be tuning him out, child, because I missed that.
but yeah, the girl kissed him.
I missed. I remember the scene. I remember the scene where they were trying to move the recliner and all of that. I need Naomi to. Naomi, you need to go sit on Nicole's couch because you are just mad for no fucking reason.
Exactly.
You're just mad at everybody.
But
Go sit down.
They were about to get it busy before Derek put the brakes on it.
Child.
Oh God! So Ashley. Now I will say I was listening to this scene with her, Naomi, and Shanice at the hospital, but it was an annoying scene because all it was, girl, you need to go take a lunch and just woosah and relax. And the thing that's irritating me and getting on my nerves is Naomi and her frustration and her anger towards everyone else when it's not them. You mad at Derek, you mad at Jacob. Like, can you take a little bit of ownership in this as well? Because I don't, like we said last week, I don't really think 100% that Jacob is like now he wants to have a baby 100%. I think the thought of, potentially her being pregnant just made him think, well, okay, maybe.
You wanted him to be mad and he wasn't. And that was the problem. Because at no point in time did he say, you need to have this baby. I'm going to leave you if you don't. Oh my, like he never did any of that. He just was like, oh, you're pregnant. Oh my gosh. And he got excited. I don't think that means he betrayed everything that y'all talked about. I just think that I'm going to give y'all a perfect example. And y'all might think that I'm comparing apples to oranges, but I'm going to give y'all an example. I am very much growing up. I grew up Catholic. I grew up very pro-life. I mean, I wasn't gonna go out on I wasn't gonna stand in front of no clinic or nothing, but I was very pro-life. And I would argue you and debate you down about how bad the procedure was, right? I argue people down. Do you hear me? But let me be honest, I'm gonna be the first one to tell y'all. When I had a little scare in college, oh, that was the first thing that popped in my head. And that's what made me had to reevaluate my feelings on certain things, right? I have gone to the clinic with friends and sat by their side and held their hand through the process. I have done that. But if you had asked me prior to being in a position where I had to deal with real life decisions of my friends being pregnant or me possibly being pregnant, oh, it's real easy to feel some way until you have to experience it. And I know some of y'all might be like, oh, that's apples and oranges, but it's not. He was like, I'm cool with not having kids. I'm cool with it just being the two of us until the thought happened, maybe kids are here. And he wasn't against it. And I just feel like her reaction it's just so extreme. I could even see if he did say to her, well, if you decide you don't want to have this child, then we have a problem. Then I might be like, okay, Naomi, okay. But he never said that. All he was just excited about the thought. I don't think that means he betrayed everything in y'all's marriage. He just was not mad about the thought of you being pregnant. And it's crazy to me because I feel like if the situation had been reversed, if she had been excited about having a child and he had been like, so did you call the clinic? What we doing? Then he would be an insensitive asshole. So it's like
he couldn't win for losing.
Right. And that's what he said. He said, I can't win. Like, I don't know what you want from me. I can't win. It just, I don't know. So that's just my part. And again, that's just an example, but I just feel like she just keep putting stuff on him that he ain't put out there. Naomi doesn't want him and is looking for an excuse to leave. She let it slip that she was stuck with him when drunk. She was speaking her truth. You know what, Cheap 88? I'm with you on. I mean, I said Cheap 88. You know what I mean, boo. Cheap 83. I'm with you. I think she's not happy and she's using this as an excuse. I think she's just not happy.
I need her to say it then because I'm getting sick of it.
Use your words, girl. Use your words.
So also in this episode, we already talked about the Cat and Ted thing. They have a conversation, so we can breeze on past that. Now, what else happened in Wednesday's episode, which also moved into Thursday's episode, was Danny and Andre. Now, you guys know that Danny and Andre are heading to LA for the Forrester campaign, right? And they met up with they before they left, they talked to Verna and Anita was telling Andre how now they are very supportive of him and Danny's relationship with each other, and they welcomed him to the family. And I was like, well, he was already technically part of the family, but
I thought they had already welcomed him, but okay, child.
okay. So Andre still has hesitations about going to LA. So they get to the airport and Danny asks him, like, Andre, what are these hesitations? Which he still didn't, he explained it, but it still doesn't make sense to me 100%. So I'm gonna see if it makes sense to you. Because I get what he's saying, that he's so used to being behind the camera and he feels like he'll be like a hippo in a photo with a bunch of zebras, right? Out of place. I get what he's saying in that
I think
moment.
it's more to it.
That's what I'm kind of wondering if it's more to it, but he still ain't said nothing to Danny. So Danny was like, you know what, we're not gonna go. And he was like, wait a minute. What I will say is I do like that they are both supportive of the other person. Danny is saying, since you feel uncomfortable, we don't have to go. But he's saying, I don't want to hold you back since this is what you wanted to do. So let's go. I do like the fact, and at this point, you can see that there are definitely feelings there between Andre and Danny. And I was like, okay, I like it, but I'm just still confused when it comes to him and this whole not wanting to be behind in front of the camera thing. It's just kind of odd to me.
I agree. I think it's more to it. I think it's something he's not saying. I think it goes back to the private investigator that Bill got that said, hey, he was all in front of, VIP out with the starlets on the red carpet. And then all of a sudden he just went dark. I think there's more to that story. I don't know what it is, but I honestly think that there's something he's not saying. There's a reason why. And I'm not, I don't think it's so much that there's something. And I think it goes back to what the private detective said. What it is, we don't know. But I definitely think it's more to it.
Cheap 83 by 21 says Danny should have won. They are married, and there will be times when she has to do things to support him that she isn't on board with. Let him support you here. I agree. I agree. But I get where Danny's coming. I do get where Danny's coming from, and it's so interesting the dynamic we have with Danny, because if you guys, I mean, we're almost a year into Beyond the Gates at this point. And when we first met Danny, Danny was a firecracker. Danny, I mean, she still marched to the beat of her own drum,
Right.
but that woman was hell on wheels, and she's a lot calmer these days. And I liked it.
It
I
has
like
something to
this.
do with the woman in France. What woman in France?
I think it was the woman. I think Andre was dating a woman in France at one point.
Oh.
I like both sides of Danny. I like this calm, mellow side that we got, and I like the crash shot Danny that we got earlier in the year. The more I look at Danny and Andre, I'm asking you this question. The more I look at those two, when I see them, I would love to see longevity with them, kind of like a la Tracy and Luke from GH. But I don't see it happening because I feel like once this whole situation, once everything blows up with Haley, I honestly feel like Danny's gonna run back to Bill.
I'm gonna say this. If you had said that, if this had been playing out 3 months ago, I would agree. I don't anymore. Now I don't think that Danny and Andre are going to be the Luke and Laura. Like I don't think it's going to be forever and ever and ever. But I think that and I know y'all hate when we compare to General Hospital, but oh well.
Oh well.
Actually, no, we got some good comments this week. We actually got some positive comments about the cats, people, but anyway. I think that I think Danny and Bill are gonna be more like the Tracy and Alan. They're gonna be together, but they're gonna break up. They're gonna have these ugly breakups. They're gonna have affairs. They're gonna see other people. They're gonna even marry other people. But eventually, they're gonna come back to each other. So, do I think it's gonna be immediate? No, I don't think that the minute Bill gets sick, Danny is going to leave Andre. But I do think eventually they're going to end up back together.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had said, but if this had happened 3 months ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, absolutely. But I think because I do think that Andre and Danny are developing real feelings.
Yes.
So I don't think it'll be automatic. Do I think it'll be eventual? Yeah. I think this time next year, I think Bill and Danny are together.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think going into season 2, right? They got renewed for another season, so I do think that's a story. But I don't. If they did it, I would be disappointed in the writing. If they did that,
Yeah, I would be too, because I actually like, but I like Danny and Andre from the beginning. I know a lot of people like.
I didn't.
I was just about to say, I know a lot of people like you didn't like it because you like it was too close to the, because he's Nicole's nephew, and that's why it didn't bother me, because Nicole is his aunt through marriage, so that's why
Yeah.
it never bothered
But he
me.
grew up there. Like they've known him since he was a kid.
Yeah, I get it. I
But
get
but
it.
I've gotten past it. I've gotten past it.
Like I definitely get it. Like I definitely get it.
Yeah.
But I
And
was
like Cheap 88 said, I think Bill will fight to get Danny back. I think Bill will fight for it too. But I think that, first of all, I think that Bill is going to deal with a lot of embarrassment once all the shit comes out and he realizes how like everything that everybody told him was true. Like he was being played from the door.
Yeah. So we'll move on to Friday. So with Friday, there's only one scene. I was no, I wasn't half asleep. I just don't understand the damn scene. It was Joey and Vanessa. They are at the casino. They're talking about his businesses. And I was confused. What was the purpose of them talking about his? I know she's helping with the escort business, but I was kind of confused, and it was just irritating me. She even mentioned, it being partially his fault that Doug is dead. No, girl, it's all his fault. It's all his fault. But then I looked at Vanessa at one point because Joe even uttered that he loved her. I was like, huh? And her face, she had a little smirk on her face. I was like, it was in that moment I kind of looked at her. I'm like, are you playing him?
I'm telling y'all, I really do. I think Vanessa blames, even if she doesn't know for a fact that Joey did something, I think Vanessa blames Joey for her husband for what happened to Doug. I absolutely think Vanessa is playing Joey. I don't know what the end game is. I don't know, but I absolutely believe. And I think that's why she wants to even though I know she wanted to get in to his business before, but I think that's why she wants to be so involved. I think I definitely do. Vanessa discouraged a gambler from accepting in advance and left the casino. When did that happen? Did I miss that too?
That happened on Friday. Don't feel bad because I missed it too.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm usually better. This week just didn't do it for me. I think I kept zoning out. I watched it, but I just think I kept zoning out. Y'all, I'm so sorry.
So that's okay. Thank you.
Vanessa had a feeling that Joey has something. I think so. I think Vanessa thinks it. That's why when Joey said it at the country club last week, her face was like, Joey. I think she absolutely believes Joey had something to do with it. I do. I believe that.
So speaking of Joey, now this scene I do remember because I was laying in my bed, but I was half asleep. But I remember it because I watched it twice. So Joey had Randy at the casino. So Joey is asking Randy how long has he been having an affair with Haley? But remember, he said he wasn't having an affair with Haley. So Joey just eventually said, okay, honestly, I don't give a damn, but I think he does. I think he's gonna still watch him. But Joe was like, just make sure whatever you doing, it don't come back to me. I'm sorry, I just saw this comment.
Listen, I did, y'all. I promise y'all, I watched. I think, but listen, I'm sorry. I think I just kept zoning out this week because, and then some stuff I was so I probably fast forward through it because honestly, Vanessa and Joey, I thought they were just talking about the same shit. So I probably fast forward through it if I'm being honest. I fast forwarded through a lot because I was like, I'm sick of Vanessa talking about the bit because I heard the beginning of the conversation when she was talking about the escort, and then I was like, oh, I am not sitting through this. So I probably fast forward too much. I'm being honest, y'all. I'm being honest. I can't.
That shit is fun, but that was funny. But I mean, that I like I said, with that first half of their scene, I didn't remember, but I knew that they were having a conversation about Doug and even the whole escort business, and I was like, okay, girl, I really don't care. I really don't.
And I don't think that Doug. I mean, I don't think that Joey cares from the perspective of Haley cheating on Bill. I think Doug, I mean, damn, I think Joey cares because he doesn't trust Randy. And it's like, so you're lying to me again. I think he's more concerned about why they're lying than if they're actually having an affair or not. That is what I think. Because for Haley to come and totally contradict what he said, now Joey's kind of like, what the fuck?
Exactly. So here's the part of the episode that kind of threw me for a loop, and it's getting on my nerves. Leslie fucking Thomas. Sherry, Dana, Leslie, Anna. Talk about her and her personalities. So she went over. She, once again, much like Eva did earlier in the week, showed up to Kat's unannounced. She showed up to Anita's door unannounced and comes in. I said, this couldn't be me. Because
Anita, you better than me, girl. That's all I'm going to say. You better than me, girl.
I'd escort that bitch out of my house so fast.
Okay.
And whoop her, like, girl, get the fuck out of my house.
Anita, girl.
She done hire more people because I guess they've stopped her from having people at night working on that construction. I'm like,
right, because who does that?
Exactly. A house when people are asleep.
Like, somebody shouldn't even have to tell you that that's unacceptable, girl.
And like so y'all don't know the conversation that me and ReallyB was having behind the scenes, but we both said that going forward when it comes to Leslie and the money situation, it's not we good. She can have it.
T-wave on it. We just going because we trying to make sense of the money and it ain't making sense, so we just moving on.
So yeah, she got money. She got money for days. She got money to blow. So that's how we feel at this point. So she went to Anita's because she wants to be a part of Winterfest. I was like, wow, lady, like you are doing everything you can to infiltrate yourself into the inner workings of this community and this family. And it blows me because you still have I still don't understand the inner workings of Leslie's brain. The fact that she has such an issue with Nicole, who was married to Ted. He had an affair on his wife with you. You're the other woman, not the other way around. So you have a problem with her and her family for what reason? The only person that I can understand you having an issue with is Kat, because Kat comes for you every time. That would be the only person that I can see you having an issue with. But Nicole ain't done nothing to you. Anita didn't know that you were Barbara's daughter. You didn't even know Barbara. So I'm just like,
but girl, I said that from the beginning. I mean, we can go all the way back to the beginning of this. I've said that I never understood the venom, and that's why I felt like Leslie. I knew there was a connection, but I thought Leslie knew it was a connection. I thought Leslie knew the connection because I knew there had to be one. But that's why I have just been fucking confused. If I'm being honest, I have just been absolutely fucking confused. And I'm still confused as to why you're so mad at Nicole. Nicole made you no promises. Nicole didn't do shit to you other than not leave Ted. I mean, yeah. And it's not even like when Nicole found out, she did leave that.
Exactly. She dipped out the same day. Well, he dipped out. She put him out.
Put his ass out and didn't look back. So my thing is, why you ain't do all of this back then? Like, why are you so mad at Nicole and her family? Like, again, you had no reason to feel like the Duprees had done anything to you until recently. And they still didn't do, I mean, technically you could say Anita did something to you with the Barbara thing. That's why Barbara wasn't a mother to you. Fine, but you didn't know. I would even be, let me be honest with y'all.
It don't seem like Barbara wants to be a mother in the first place.
Right. But let me be honest with y'all. And I know that I'm always trying to tell people how to fix their shows. I wish somebody would just hire me. But anyway, honestly, honestly, if they had made this a situation where Leslie knew, that probably would have played better. Now, not about the money, but that Leslie knew that her mom was Barbara. That would have made a lot more of this make sense. That would have made
that she would be out for revenge.
Against the Duprees. It would even make it seem like maybe she even sought Ted out to have the affair to get back at Nicole. It would even make sense about how she snuck into the Articulates to see the whole tribute. Like, that would have been a perfect moment when she saw that tribute to Barbara, because I was waiting for that Articulates concert. I was waiting for somebody to come on that stage. I was waiting for somebody to bum rush. I was waiting for y'all know I was waiting for the man to show up, the manager to show up. I was waiting for all those things to happen, and it didn't. Like, to me, that Articulates concert was a missed opportunity at a great storyline. Like, if Leslie had come up on that stage and said, "Oh, really? This is how you feel about Barbara? Well, aren't you the reason why?" Like, gave us a Leslie dialogue, and then that would have made so much more make sense as far as her anger towards the Duprees. But her anger towards the Duprees makes no fucking sense.
Because you would have never known Barbara either way it went. That woman didn't want you as her child. She gave you the peaches and her wig. But I mean, okay, girl, whatever.
Is Barbara really Leslie's mother? I have doubts. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still side on Peaches. I got my eye on Peaches. I know she's doing the whole she's sick thing, but I got my eye on Peaches, y'all. I don't know. I got my eye on Peaches. I do. Her in that wig.
So then after she left Anita's place, right? She went down to Uptown where she's met Isaiah and Martin there, right? So she's telling Martin that she wants to throw him a fundraiser because he's been so nice to Eva. I said, again, shut up about the money, JB. Just let it go. But girl, a fundraiser, again, this is all stuff to get in Ted's good graces. I don't think you even give one iota of a fuck about Martin's campaign. Yes, he was nice to Eva, but girl, you can't take him out to dinner? Like, dinner? Something? But, whatever. So then Anita and Nicole had a conversation about Leslie and Winterfest. And Nicole was like, well, Mom, you know what you got to do. I was like, what does she have to do? So then we see Anita call Leslie and tell her that she can be a part of it. I said, huh? Why?
Yeah, I don't understand why they're being like, again, I told y'all this last week and somebody left this in the comments. I really needed the Breeze to give me a little more Angela Channing, a little more Alexis Carrington. I need a little more. I need some Cassadines. I need something because y'all are being way too, when they go low, we go high. And I'm not here for it.
Tracy Angelica Quartermain would never go for this.
Baby. And y'all know how much I love me. I might look at a Falcon Crest episode today. Y'all know how much I love me some Falcon Crest. That damn Angela Channing would never.
Dorian Lord would never. Vicky,
oh my gosh, I used to love me some crazy ass Dorian, baby.
Dorian Lord wouldn't go for this.
You did not take me back to One Life to Live. Baby, Dorian Lord would never.
Dorian wouldn't play this game.
Vicky wouldn't either. And as nice as Vicky was, in a nice, nasty way, Vicky would get her together all the way.
She sure would. But again, like I said,
mess around and get Nikki on your ass.
Exactly. But the number one person who definitely would not play this game is Tracy fucking Quartermain.
Baby.
Tracy wouldn't even let Leslie in the front.
Y'all know how I feel about my Tracy. I have even when Tracy was a horrible mother I love to Ned. Love me some Tracy.
Tracy when he let her pass the front door.
Right, Vicky would have got one of her personalities.
Exactly. Nikki, one of them hoes.
Baby, Nikki was that girl, honey. Nikki was that girl. Baby.
I love
or even Asa. Baby, that Asa Buchanan.
Oh, that was a sight.
Baby. And the thing is, in modern days, Asa would have probably been MAGA 100%, but I don't give a
He
fuck.
would
I
have
love
been.
me some Asa.
He
I love me some Asa Buchanan with his crazy, ignorant ass.
that
Oh,
rich
yeah.
Nick would be a MAGA supporter.
Oh, absolutely. All of them except for Bo Wood.
Yeah. So yeah, I just want. I saw somewhere that the Duprees need to grow a backbone, and I
They
agree.
do.
They are too lax when it comes to Leslie,
They
and I
don't. They just don't. They don't have that kill factor.
and I kind of get where the right. I guess I get the writers not wanting them to be the stereotypical black, the angry black people. But when it comes to somebody like Leslie, you got to be that person. You can't be nice to her.
Because if you give her an inch, she gonna take a mile every time.
Hmm. So then we'll wrap up with Naomi, Jacob, Bill, and Haley. So they're having a double day, which I was so shocked to see that. I was really shocked. And then the fact that they were talking about, once again, Naomi is still upset at Jacob. I'm like, girl, damn, calm your ass down. And she's throwing subliminals at him. I was like,
Jacob need to go. Jacob need to just leave her ass.
that would have been the subliminals that she kept throwing. I just would have got up and said, you know what? You enjoy your dinner with your dad and your step monster right there, and I'm out. And then Haley is over there talking about, oh, we took it, when they told her that Derek and Ashley broke up, she's like, oh, I took a bet on that. And Bill was like, no, you didn't. And she was like, yes, I did. And I was like, girl, how can you take a bet on anything? But okay, whatever. And then throughout this dinner, the conversation about birth control came up, which Naomi knows that Haley is not on birth control. And so they get home, and Jacob's like, you ain't gonna tell your daddy that Haley's not on birth control? She's like, no, that's not my business. But when you just mad at Jacob for not telling
Girl,
you about Derek and Ashley, and he clocked that. And she then gets mad at him again. I was like, Naomi, he can't win for losing with you with this situation.
that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. He can't win for losing. Like no matter what he does, is wrong. Like he just can't win with you. And I'm sick of it because I feel like it's misdirected anger at whatever else you mad at. Like Sheep said, either you don't want to be with him anymore, or it's really deeper than that. Maybe you mad at yourself because maybe a part of you did want that baby. I'm not convinced. Somebody said that they think she might still be pregnant. I don't think she's still pregnant. Maybe I don't know. It's a soap opera show.
I hope she's not.
Because I hope she's not, because I don't need 9 months of this.
Because she is miserable at this point. Somebody said it in the chat earlier that Naomi and Ashley are paying and Tia, not Kay and what's our girl name from Potomac? Kay and Angel from Potomac. Miserable.
They miserable for no reason, girl. You don't have to be this mad.
Really don't.
You just don't have to be this angry.
So yeah,
I used to love them, but now they're insufferable. It's hard to even sit through. Like they are insufferable. Like I get sick of watching them.
It's just her for me.
And it's you're right. It's just her. It's not all of them, but I just, insufferable, girl. Go sit down, please.
Because I get it. You don't want kids. That's fine. Nobody is telling you. And he didn't even say you got to have a damn fucking child.
He didn't. He just wasn't mad at the idea of you being pregnant, girl. Go sit there. And again, they are. Like, how did we get here? Because they were my favorite couple. Like, you mean to tell me one pregnancy scare has toppled your whole? Stop it.
Because it ain't like the man just said, okay, like you said earlier, it's not like he said to her, well, you got to have a baby and that's final. He didn't say that.
He didn't. And like, even when he tried to get her a spa day and she was mad about that, it's like, girl, you mad about a spa day? Girl, you mad because your man got you a spa day?
That was what threw me, was a spa day.
I didn't like her telling Bill that Daddy was on her honeymoon. That's Danny's private business. I think Naomi wants to sabotage her marriage. Right. And the thing is, you didn't feel like it was appropriate for you to tell tell Bill that Haley wasn't on birth control or wasn't whatever. But it's appropriate for you to tell Bill all of your mama's business.
She's a
Like what's
hypocrite.
good for the goose should be good for the gander, right?
That's why I look at Naomi sideways sometimes. I still like Naomi, but this current version of Naomi is just
Yeah, I'm not sure where this is coming from. It's weird. It's coming from a weird space.
I need the writers to hurry up and explain what this shit is and why we're getting it.
Yeah, because this is coming from a weird space that we don't understand.
Because, like we said last week, the fact that Chelsea had to tell you, girl, you're wrong.
Baby, even when Chelsea was like, so, and we know that Chelsea don't understand boundaries, child.
You sure the fuck don't. Sure don't. So, yeah, you guys, that's all we got this week. Like I said, y'all know since it was 4 episodes, I knew it wasn't going to be a long live. And then this week for me,
Child, we were still here an hour.
and then this week for me, it just and here's the thing. I know when it comes to soap operas, not all of them are going to have a wow, just action packed every week. You're going to have
Right.
slow weeks, and like ReallyB and I said before we came on here, and I think we said it when we came on. We're getting to the point of the like what Thanksgiving is what how many 2 weeks away right now.
2 weeks, yeah. Next week, this time next week.
So yeah, we're coming up on Thanksgiving. So I think that they're slowing down for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then we'll pick up heavy once we get towards the new year. And like I like really being also said, I think with Winterfest, we expect that to be something. If you guys watch General Hospital, we expect it to be something like the Nurses Ball. And if you guys are familiar with the Nurses Ball, you do get storylines with the Nurses Ball week, and then the same week other Nurses Ball, you still get like pieces of a storyline, but more so with the Nurses Ball, you see them singing, the performances, the red carpet, and all that kind of stuff. So I think that going forward, I'm pretty sure Winterfest is coming. It got to be somewhere in before Christmas.
Yeah, because we don't even see Ted getting lightheaded. I mean Bill. We don't see any effects of this drug, so they're going to have to pep it up because we don't see nothing. Well, if this is what they're giving us during sweeps, they didn't plan very well because this is some bullshit.
Because it ain't hitting.
Not for sweeps, it's not. No, it's not. But maybe next week. I know Treese always does the breakdown of the previews for next week. I didn't do that, so I'm not even sure what they're necessarily previewing for what next week is supposed to be given. But they've given us 2 slow weeks, so hopefully next week is giving something.
It looks like next week might be something. I hope so. Because I'm trying to see when does Winterfest start, but I can't find anything. I just see fan made stuff. Yeah, I don't see nothing. But I do think that this week is going to be a little. I think this week might heat up just a little bit. But yeah, so that's all we got, you guys. So what you got coming up, ReallyB? I know you did Bill Collector yesterday, right?
I did Bill Collective yesterday. Treese is texting me right now about oh shit. Treese is literally texting me right now about Ready to Love. So I think we're gonna do Ready to Love sometime in the next couple of hours. I'll definitely be doing Potomac tonight at 9:15 ish. I will try because I got other stuff I'm trying to do today. I will try to get something else, whether it's Love and Marriage Huntsville, whether it's the Braxtons, whether it's what else am I missing? Well, if I do Ready to Love, then all that's left is the Braxtons and Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'll try to get you guys one of those today. If not, yeah, I know we'll get it. We'll get it. If you didn't catch our wrap up, myself and JB Friday, we did a wrap up of Reasonable Doubt. Y'all check that out. It was a good conversation. Is Ready to Love Detroit giving anything? I didn't even watch the second episode. Like I just told Treese, I was like, give me about an hour because I gotta watch the episode, and she's watching it now. So
it's too mixed. The mixers are, y'all know, the mixers don't never really.
Yeah, it's the mixers. The first episode I thought was decent. I thought it was better. Let me be honest. I feel like the mixer for this episode was better than last season for Philly. I can't speak for the whole season, but I definitely feel like the first episode was better.
Yeah, I agree. And I know you talked about some stuff from BravoCon yesterday too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a BravoCon. I did my live. We talked about BravoCon, and then JB and I talked a little bit about BravoCon on Friday when we did Reasonable Doubt. They
Yeah,
said that the Real Housewives of Miami panel, they said
I
that
knew it.
Adriana tried to do one of her little jokes that
She
didn't
did.
land,
It didn't land,
and Julia is still apologizing to Gertie Child.
and they got into it.
They did.
Yeah, they got into it with each other on that panel.
I saw a
From what
clip,
I've
but I
heard,
haven't seen a lot more. I just saw the clip where Julia was trying to apologize to Gertie, so I have to go back and find the clip of them getting into it.
from what I've heard, BravoCon, it ain't really been given what people are typically used to with BravoCon, because I've heard people say it's just very lackluster.
Well, I mean, the tickets didn't sell like they normally do, so I don't know. Maybe people are kind of over Bravo. What do you think? I mean, maybe we can have a conversation about that. Like, are people over Bravo? But I would have to find somebody that went to BravoCon to get boots on the ground sort of
Yeah,
perspective. I would love to talk to somebody who went before and then went again this year to kind of get well, this is what it was and this is what it is. But I think a lot of things with stuff like that, after a while, they sort of wear down because in the beginning it was new and it was fresh. I think them taking off a year didn't help because why? Why did we take off a year? I think they lost momentum. And I don't know why they moved it to Vegas. Vegas seems to be a lot more expensive than New York.
it sure the hell is.
Yeah. So I think moving it to Vegas didn't help because I think the prices are expensive. Yeah. So I think there are a lot of factors in why BravoCon may not have been what people I still want to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
I mean,
that.
it's still on my list of things to do. Maybe if they're going to do like a every other year thing, I could probably definitely do it because I could, put my. Somebody told me start a GoFundMe. I ain't gonna start no GoFundMe, but I can definitely put money
I
aside
saw
because
that. I
that's
was a GoFundMe. I might.
right. But that's the other thing too about BravoCon. It's like again, it's like a Beyonce ticket. You when the tickets go on sale, at least that's how it's been in the past. You need to be ready and have your money because
Mhm.
the certain things go fast. Like the more popular shows, and then they have VIP seating versus the
Mhm.
stand up area. Like y'all know, I'm not standing up. I need to sit down. So I need to sit down seats. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to figure out what panel you want to go to. Some stuff is free. Some stuff is more expensive than others. You just have to figure out. It's a whole weekend of events, and you just have to figure out. And then vendors are having events. I've seen bigger content creators being invited to some of these vendor events.
Mhm.
Um, so like, I mean, I want to be in that space. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I want to just not go. I want to be invited to things. I want to be in that space.
Yeah.
So maybe if they give me 2 years, maybe I can get on Bravo's radar, child.
Yeah.
They only let but so many of us in the door at a time. So
Right. I'm ready for them to at least tell us something about Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Like that's what I've been looking for all weekend is when y'all gonna announce them.
I thought we were gonna get the trailer or something. We
That's
got
all.
the trailer for Potomac. We got Married to Medicine. Well, the mid-season trailer for Potomac, Married to Medicine, the Shahs of Sunset reboot, which is the Valley of Sunset, or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
We got that. Um, what
Have
else
they
did we
announced
get?
they
They
announced
talked about Love Hotel. They gave us who's going to be on Love this season of Love Hotel.
because I didn't watch the first season and I ain't watching this
I
one.
didn't watch the first season. I damn sure ain't watching the second season because it's Portia. And I listen. I know that
It's
there's some
kind of
people who love Portia. I don't hate Portia, but Portia in Heat is just not entertaining to me. I mean, for me, it's like I wasn't interested in watching Ashley in Heat, which I felt like that would have been last season. So
so
I'm not interested in seeing Portia in Heat. And Heather's just as bad. Like Heather acts like she's
I was
never
about
seen
to
a
say,
penis before. So I
exactly.
damn sure don't want to see Heather and Portia link up and just be jumping on penises. I just can't. I don't.
So so with Romney, they have not announced it, but Andy has basically said that those rumors that were out there about it being a mixed cast with three from the original Romney and three from the reboot Romney, he said that's not true. I don't think that any of the original Romney girls will come. I think he's keeping some of the ones from the reboot
Sai
and
is coming back. Everybody. So Sai's coming back. Aaron's coming back.
I think
And
that's
the other lady, the one who's got the husband, the one with the twins,
Jessel.
Jessel. I think from what I understood, the three of them are definitely coming back. Everybody else is a question mark or not coming back at all. That's what I heard. But again, it's all rumors. It's all rumors. But I know Sai, so I'm almost certain that it's Sai and Aaron because we've seen them filming.
I mean, they're all at Bravo, and they're all at
And they're
BravoCon.
all at BravoCon, right? But we've seen them filming. Like we've seen footage of them eating out and stuff like that. So we've seen them filming.
Yeah, they're still. So I think the show that Andy them are still testing is Roni and New Jersey. They're still testing those shows, and they're not ready to speak on it at this point. Which I get why, because I mean, shit, y'all made a whole big to do with the reboot Roni, and the first season was okay. The second season just fell flat.
The second season didn't do it for me. Nitwit, I think if I were to go, so not if I want to go to BravoCon, so I'm gonna speak it into existence. When I go to BravoCon, I think I'm gonna do that too. She said Rodney was not notified about his VIP tickets, even though he requested them in June, so he canceled it anyway and got a resale ticket for $175. I really think because of how bad the ticket sales were this year, as far as people being able to get resale tickets and still get into events, I think that's what I would probably do. I would probably buy a few miscellaneous tickets just to make sure I don't miss everything. But I think I would do the same thing. That when I'm gonna be honest, I think I would go and just take my chances on picking up some resale tickets. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. There's so many things going on. Like literally, one of the creators that I follow, Oliver, the guy that does the reenactments, he said he literally walked out of his hotel room and he walked into Lisa Barlow. Like people are literally just walking into people as they're going through Vegas. So it's so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
I would just take my chances. I think I would, like I said, I think I would buy a few tickets to one or two events just to make sure I'm going to something. But then I would just go on SeatGeek or StubHub and take my chances with some resale tickets. I would start looking like if I'm going on Friday, I would just start on Wednesday. Start looking at what's out there and just buying a few things. That's what I would do.
Yeah, like I was saying before, I think for me, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't want to go to BravoCon because I would, but me, I'm not when it comes to like those other shows like Below Deck and all that kind of Below Deck, Southern Charm and all that kind of stuff. I don't know them. I've never watched their shows, so I would kind of feel like I would mostly just deal with Housewives and Married to Medicine, and the show that I do watch, and I'll be wondering like, is that would that be worth my money?
I have an idea of what I would love to do, but I would talk to you about it offline.
Okay.
Well, first of all, we don't even know when BravoCon is coming back, but if I have an idea of what I would love to do. Candace, I don't know why Candace isn't. I don't know. I don't know if it's because Monique is there. Like, I don't know.
Or she might not even been invited.
I doubt it. I think she probably would. I doubt it. If they invited Robin.
They invited.
But she may have opted not to come if Monique was going to be there. Like, I feel like Candace, I don't know what her sign is, but I feel like Candace is going to hold that shit until she dies. So.
But yeah, that's it. So for me, all I got tonight is I got to get off of here at some point and watch that damn Force and get that edited and uploaded. And that's all I got for today is Force and Potomac. Potomac on tonight, but I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, all I got is Force. Did y'all see my face? Oh, let me see.
I'm not doing Force. I watched the first episode and it was a good episode. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like it was a good episode, but I also felt like I wasn't interested in talking about it. Meaning, it was too many names I didn't remember. It was too many things that happened, and I don't know why they happened because I don't remember what happened to get us there. It was too much for me, and I was just like, I would have to go back and watch my reviews from last season to refresh my memory, and I'm not that vested in.
I wasn't even doing that.
I'm sorry. I love y'all, but I'm just not. I'm not that vested in it because I don't care.
The problem is, and I think I said this before with you, or I said it somewhere before. When it comes to stars, as much as we say 50 Cent is an asshole and all that kind of shit, he was right about stars and how they do, the show, especially our shows. Look at P Valley. That shit has been filmed.
Well, P Valley, I think that was because of the lawsuit. I think that was because of the lawsuit.
I think part of it is, but even the cast has been saying Stars has it. Like it's been filmed, it's been edited, and Stars
I know, but I think it was because of the lawsuit. she kept appealing the lawsuit, and it kept because it went all the way to the Supreme Court. So I
Oh, yeah,
think
and
yeah.
she
So I
lost it.
honestly think I really think part of it was because of the lawsuit. I could be wrong, y'all, but I really, in my opinion, I think part of it was the
We can
lawsuit.
give some of it to that lawsuit.
But I don't disagree that I think that they do some bullshit with these shows. Yeah, it'll be interesting. All right, I just got a text message. I got to get off of here.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we out.
Love y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, she's a Sag. Oh yeah, Candace gonna hold that shit till she die. All right, I see.